I'm just going to wait for a few minutes to see who's around this evening. I think it might be busy tonight because I think a lot of you have been waiting for this, which I'm very excited about, I have to say. I've tried to get in as close as I possibly can. I'm sorry if there's a few shadows around, but it's I'm in the shop and the overhead lighting is really lovely, but it does cast a few shadows. So I do apologise if you find that it's a little bit shadowy in some places. Hi Mary, hi Avril, hi Heidi, hi Gail, hi Wendy, first time here. Oh, lovely to see you here. I hope you enjoy it. Hi, another Heidi and Christine. So I will say hello to a few people just so we can get plenty of people here so we can run through the box kit. Hi Lou, hi Sarah. I'm multitasking here, you see. I'm on my, this is a new one for me. I've got my tripod set up beautifully and I've got my computer on the other side of me. So hopefully, hi Sandy, your first time as well. Well, this is brilliant. I'm loving this. So hopefully, because I can see my computer and I've got my overhead as well. Fingers crossed, we could have a busy night, which is good. And hopefully I can also answer questions if you do have any. Where I'm going to start is, we will start in a second. I'm just going to pop my magazine here. Where we will start is code LH20 on the CraftStash website. Gives you 20% discount on all my products over there at the moment. Hi Helen, hi Lou. So yeah, pop on over to CraftStash website. So tonight is a good night to get a bargain, especially when you start to see what you are going to be able to create. And do you know what? Purely, even for the papers, I might be tempted in a second one. So hi from the US. Hi Diana, lovely to see you here. Thank you for joining me tonight. I suppose it's the early morning for you or daytime, isn't it? Hi Tina. Right, we're here. Let's get going. So what I'm going to do tonight is a little bit different for me. I'm going to pretend I'm a customer. I've bought my box kit and I'm going to open it and I'm going to show you what's in there, what you can do with it. I'm going to show you some finished samples and then we're going to crack on and do a demo with one of the projects in the magazine. So I do hope that works for you. Hi Nikki, thank you for your contribution to my gorgeous kit. Your samples were amazing. I'm absolutely thrilled. Right, so this is so exciting for me. This is so exciting. This is my very first box kit. I've been waiting for years for this, and when they invited me to do this, do you know, I just couldn't turn it down. Thanks Shaz, I'm glad you love my style. I'm quite different, I suppose, to quite a few people out there, aren't I? So thank you for that. But yeah, I was so excited when they said I could do this, and Jen from Practical has helped me amazingly through this, so thanks Jen. I hope you're watching as well. But in the magazine, in the box kit, you're going to get a lot of things. So when this arrives on your doorstep, you are going to get this gorgeous box, and then on the other side, if we turn this over, it's going to give you lots of inspiration as well. So it's going to tell you these are all your papers you're going to get. You're going to get a die set, you're going to get a stamp set here, you're going to get an embossing folder, you're going to get 170 elements in a paper pack, you are going to get this gorgeous set of enamel dots that are just, oh, when I saw these I thought they put them in my parcel by accident, but no, this is the first time I've seen the enamel dots in a box kit, so I was thrilled with this. But you can see from the colour palette here, they are lovely. Okay, so let's turn this over again. So this is the front. So it shows you've got 72 projects in the magazine. Now I'm not going to open the top of this because I've already got one that I've been using and that is open. So that's your box. So I'll pop that to one side and I will bring in my one that is already open, and I'll bring my magazine in. So here's your magazine. You get this. Then this is where it gets jolly exciting. I'm so thrilled with this. You get your stamp set. Now let's get a piece of white card so you can see this a bit better. Well, this is my demo, but we'll have to use this. So piece of white card on the top. Here's your stamp set. So what you're going to get on here are 15 stamps. These are gorgeous, and what you're going to find is I've got my signature stitching, as you would always expect to see. You have got this gorgeous semicircle which works as a flower pot. works as a hanging basket. So it's going to give you lots of opportunities to be able to create scenes with them. So I'm going to bring this up a little bit. And you can see here, you're going to have stitching detail on these. You've got your happy birthday, have a fantastic day, even stitching detail on the tiny, tiny little button there. And all your little buttons, they all coordinate. But there's something very exciting that goes with this. And it's really important that I show you this, because you might not have realised that this happens. We get a set of dies as well. So you get 8 dies. Now, what's brilliant about these 8 dies is they're going to cut out your leaf, they're going to cut out your flower and your flower and your flower. That even here, the little semicircle, little circle in the middle is going to cut out your buttons, so you can overlay your little buttons on the top. And I just love that idea. But what I'm going to say to you is, don't forget these little beauties. We're going to keep these here because we're going to come back to those in a minute, because they're really, really important in this kit. Now, bring the stamps to one side, and we're bringing in that gorgeous embossing folder. So this is an A6 embossing folder, and you can see it's black on the, you can see mine is well loved. It's all scratched and it's all loved and used quite a lot, this one. So you can see here, it's an A6 folder, and the black side is going to show you your emboss. And if you turn it this way, it's going to be your deboss. So it gives you lots and lots of opportunity. Jackie, the papers are gorgeous quality, aren't they? They really are lovely. And when you look at box kits, you think, oh, they're going to be rubbish, shiny, horrible papers. But these are just brilliant. I'm really, really impressed. So that's your embossing folder. And then these little gems in the pack. I just adore these. Look at these. So you get 80 enamel dots in your pack. I'll bring these up as well for you. I mean, you can see these. Oops, come back forward, Lisa. You think I've been on telly, wouldn't you? Now look at these, all different sizes, and they are glued on the back, obviously, and these work perfectly with your papers. So we haven't even seen the papers yet. So let's move this to one side. I love doing this, and I think when you get it home, best thing you can do is grab yourself a coffee, glass of wine, or whatever you choose, and sit down, open your kit and look through it, because I think you'll be really surprised, and you'll start to think, oh, actually I could do this, I could do that, or I could change this up and create that. So there's lots you can do when you start flicking through your mag. So let's start turning the pages. So inside, now I might have to do a little bit of shifting around, so if I do start to move around a bit and I'm out of focus, I will try and get myself back in. So let me put the stuff out of the way so I can see the screen on my computer as well, so you can see what I can see what you're seeing. Right, so here's the fabulous Jen who helped me with this. Well, pretty much she did everything, you know, she's just brilliant. She's done some stunning artwork on here for me. She's just a legend. So open your magazine. On the left hand side here, this shows you products I already have launched, also products that are coming out. If you look at this very carefully, this is a flower stamp, but it's got 2 outside cutting dies, so you've got a left and a right here, so you can do some cool things with that. That's not even released yet, so you're getting to see what is coming up from us. So turn the page, let's have a look. So now it's going to show you about some of the projects in the magazine, what you're going to be able to achieve, what pages they're on, etc. We keep going. Here's your box kit, shows you good idea of what you're going to be able to do, and then we get into it. So it starts off with my projects. I'm going to try, whether I get through everything, this is what I'm hoping to do for my second demo, if I can get around to doing that. Let's see how the time goes if I stop talking, and then you start to see all what the designers have been doing. So Elizabeth here has done some gorgeous projects. I'm not going to sit and run through everything, but I'm just going to give you a quick flick through and give the designers a shout out too. So there's Sam Butler's projects, Tina Foster's projects. Let's flick these through, so you're getting to see quite a lot here, so you know there's going to be lots of projects for you in here. Nikki Gilbert, who I was just speaking about here, I've got a couple of her samples in front of, oh actually I've got all of Nikki's samples that I could show you in a minute. And then from me, this is again stuff that has been released already, but it's just to show you that there are other products that will work with your box kit too. So this in the gorgeous floral papers would look stunning. So it's going to give you a link to my website as well. There's a competition in here. Now, competition, I've been asked a couple of times about this because the link wasn't working, but I think it's because the magazine hasn't been released into supermarkets yet. So I think the link should be working very soon. So just keep an eye on that. And then a few adverts, and then we've got Sam Calcott's gorgeous samples, and then we hit these papers after we see what Angela Redding's done there. So see how I'm stroking this and touching this? I absolutely adore this. So your first page, now all these elements are going to mix and match with the papers. You get some gorgeous sentiments on here. Now you can put a stamp sentiment in there. So if we bring in our stamp, hi Julie, hi Carol. You know, happy birthday that fits in there, best wishes that fits in there, you are blooming lovely. So everything works together. So let's have a look now at these dies. So let's bring those dies back in, and this is what Jen did for me, which I asked for, which I'm thrilled about. So if we take one of our dies, pop it over the top here. I've not seen this in a magazine before. You can now die cut your papers. Show you another one. Let's take another die here, up here. Let's hope it's not going to go off the page. There we go. Die cut your papers. I'm absolutely delighted that you can do that with some of these dies. So let's turn over. Got some more down there. Obviously you can die cut as well. And then we've got another page of gorgeous embellishments. And again, the dies, I don't think I've got the die. Did I get the die out? No, it's still on the pack, on the paper, so I won't tear it off. But you can also do these ones as well. Another one down there. There's lots of them you can do, absolutely loads. So, and then all these little toppers as well. And now we hit the papers. Now look at this. I'm just delighted. So if you start to bring in your embellishments now, you can see this is lovely. Gail, I love that you can cut these out, so it just makes life so much easier. And I think to be able to do this in a box kit as well is just, I haven't seen it before, and I think it just makes it such good value for money, doesn't it? So they work perfectly. And look at this paper. Oh my goodness, this one is just my utter favourite paper. And what Jen's done here, she's been amazing. All these, like you got the check here, and it matches perfectly with the papers and your embellishments as well. So I'm going to keep hold of those for you. Now I love that paper. Turn it over, and we've got the yellow polka dots and the blue. Again, it's stunning, and you'll see some cards with these as well. And let's see what else we've got. See, now here the leaves, these are a smaller version of your die. Okay, so they all mix and match again. Everything is perfect, just love it. Turn over again, and look at that paper. I just adore this. And so all your embellishments, so you could sit in them. If I take this one for example here, look at that, you can pop your embellishments over the top. How cool, how cool, how cool. Can you see why I'm delighted with it? I hope so. I really hope you can see how lovely this is. Elaine, aren't the papers just gorgeous? So keep going. And then we get to the middle of the book. So what's going to happen now is we're going to repeat all those papers all over again. So we don't need to flick through, but you'll see now you've got the papers, slightly different colour tone, very slightly. And then we go on to the rest of the projects by the ladies, which is lovely. So again here I've given you some ideas to complement your kit. So the circle dies that we're going to be using tonight, and all these papers that I sell, which actually work with the papers in the magazine. The lovely Lisa Robson was charged with the beautiful job of just using this semicircle here, bless her, and she had to make some cards for the magazine. And I think, look at this, what a clever idea with the bird as well. I think that's lovely. And then me, and this is the card we're going to look at tonight as well. So there's a couple of cards here. Oh look, my cat's just come in, and I'm hoping she's going to climb all over the table because she is a shop cat. Most of you probably know her anyway. And here, look, boost your stash. Give great ideas for extra things you can pop into your basket if you like. Again, more projects using the papers. This sample I've got to show you, and this one I've got to show you. And you can see here in the magazine, look at that there. I think it's fantastic. I think here, if you start looking at how it cuts the dies out of the paper and you get all the detail in it as well, love it. So also look at this This is done by Natalia. She's done some kinetic cards. These are fabulous. And she made the front page as well with that one. So look at these, just stunning designs. This is the stamps with coloured inks and the dies. And this is Ingrid. Ingrid, I love Ingrid. She's great with colour, Ingrid. She's got a beautiful style, very, very much up my street, Ingrid style as well. And then we'll keep going. So hopefully this is just showing you exactly what you can be able to do. Now Mel Jess, I adore Mel. Mel does some amazing 3D projects. I really think she's awesome at what she does. So that's a gorgeous project. And we've got Vanessa Hodgson as well. Love that sample. Getting to know Lisa. Yes, that's an interesting little read. And then what else have we got here? Going through some projects I've done using previous releases, which I do know CraftStash probably have on their website, and if not, I do as well. And Jeanette Curtin, look at these lovely, gorgeous cards using those papers. Finally, we have the fabulous Debbie Simpson, last but definitely not least. Look at that. And again, just to show you in the back, brand new slimline dies that have been released, some new things coming very soon. And then on the back page, again, spanking new things that people have not got any idea about yet, but these are new things coming out very soon. They are absolutely lovely. So with that in mind, let's pop the box kit down to one side and let us bring in some samples. I have a lot of samples here, so I'm not going to show everything. You'll see this box land on the side of my desk here, but it's the only way I could do it so I can get to show you everything. So if it's in the way, I apologise. Now this is a sample. I'm going to try and name people if I can, from Natalia. Now Natalia has used the stamps, and what she has done here, I think this is absolutely stunning. She's die cut them all and she's popped it on to my Scallop Circle die and created a shaker card. So she's got a little bit of shaker bits in there. So pop that back in the box. This again, oh, it's Natalia again, and this is one of the magazine projects. So this is using that gorgeous embossing folder here, your papers and your stamps. So that's just lovely as well. And let's see what else we can find. Let me find the one that I was looking for. Now I love this. This is from Nikki. This is one of my favourite samples. I adore this. So she's just used the dies. She's used plain paper as well with these, which I love. And she's done the little 4 sections. I think that is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Thank you for doing that, Nikki. And then this one here, this is from Sandra Rayner. Now look at this, using your mirror card, not your mirror card, your pearl card. And you can look, and she's used, look at this. I thought this was genius idea. Here, this is micro beads. So the glass beads, I bring that up. Hopefully, I'm going to stand up. Sorry if I jiggle about a bit. So can you see them micro beads on there? If I bring that purple one in at the side there, I think it's just stunning. Yeah, I keep saying stunning to everything, but they are. They simply are. So this is just a little taster of what you're going to be able to do. I'm just going to root down in this box to show you. I want to show you another one of Nikki's because I love this. So she's used the embossing folders. And she's used the stamps all over the top there, and they look lovely. I think it's just such a good idea, really good idea. And then we've got this one from Elizabeth, and she has created. Oh, look at that! I can't get a good view of that, but let me, if I turn it that way, you've got that easel card. But it's just showing you how gorgeous the papers are, really. And finally, I won't show you everything because you can see the magazine. And this is from Tina, who made the. Look at the bag. How clever with the embossing folders on the side. It's got a little bit, it's been well loved and well transported around places, this one, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? So those micro beads are stunning on there, aren't they? Right, so final card I'll show you is Mary's TP card. This is really good idea. So I've never made a TP card before, but Mary, I think there's a video by Lisa Robson somewhere how to do a TP card. This is the inside of it. It looks like it's probably quite simple with just a couple of folds, and then it sits like this, okay, and then all you do is just put a little bit of Velcro on it. You stand it up like so, and there's your TP card. Then you can fold it flat when you want to post it. Bag's lovely, isn't it, Teresa? It's one of my favourites. Well, they all seem to be my favourites, as you can tell. So that's the box kit. That is what we're gonna be working with. So let's have a look at a little card, I think. So we've got our stamps here, we've got our embellishments here, we've got our we've got our dies here, and our embossing folder. So for this first demo, we're going to be looking at using the dies, okay, and the little embellishments. So pop these to one side for a minute. And if I'm trying to make sure I keep looking at the camera so I stay in focus. Now, this is where we're starting. We're starting with our Scallop Circle. These are my Scallop Circle dies. I'm just going to have a quick drink, otherwise I'm going to cough, and I don't want to cough. It's because I've been talking so much already for nearly half an hour. Okay, so we need to get cracking. So this is a Scallop Circle dies. You get scalloped and plain. So when you turn this over, you'll see, I'll bring this up closely, you get a scallop, right, and you get 2 plain, scallop, 2 plain, scallop, 2 plain, all the way down. So, and it's big as well, as you can see. It's 135 centimetres wide. No, not centimetres, millimetres. Could you imagine that? That would be huge. Right, so what we've done here is I've taken a card blank, and I've taken the largest die out of the set. I'm just going to show you how I did this, because I think this is important. Because when people buy box kits, sometimes it's new crafters, and that's where I think a lot of us have started. So for people who've not done many cards before, this is quite nice to see. So all I did was I took a card, so a card blank. This might not be big enough, this one, and then I popped it so my die just went across the edge here, okay, so it didn't catch that top piece, and by not catching that top piece, it gives you your hinge. So I'm going to put that to one side now, put the dies away, because I've already done the die cutting, because I knew I'd be talking a lot, because you know what I'm like. And then what I've done is I've opened it out and I've scored down the middle there. Now hang on a minute, I've got my eraser here, because I've still got a little bit of the low tack tape on there, and that would just take that off. So we've got our card, and then what we can do is it's like an easel card, so then that will sit like so, okay. Then we'll have a little stopper in front, and we'll decorate up here. So all the bits that are done already, so yeah, I'll bring all these in for you now. Oops. Okay, so here's our bits. So then we cut another circle, right, another one of the scallops. So it's exactly the same size, but we just cut a regular one, okay. I know, Carol, where's the time go? It's me talking, honestly, I'm terrible. And what we need to do is cut 2 of the circles, the next size down. So we cut 2 in red, and then we go to that second plain one, and we cut it in 2 different papers. I've cut it in this paper, and I've cut it in the pink, and then you layer them on. So you've got your red plain, and then your pattern plain. So we're going to pop some glue on this one. It will all become very clear in a minute, and this will come together incredibly quickly. So with your glue of choice, pop the glue on the back here. Okay, I'll get mine quite close to the edge, and just a little bit, a tiny amount of this glue. You need very little of this, and I'm going to pop that down just like so over the top. And as I'm sitting down, I can't see if I'm perfect, but it will be enough for you to get an idea of how to do this card. Okay, so that's lovely, loving that. Lid back on glue. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take our card, and we're going to mount it just in the middle like so, and I think I'm going to raise that on foam pads. Now my foam pads it's a big sheet. I use a big sheet of foam pads, but you can do it with your foam tape, your foam rolls. You can do it with your glue, gel, whatever you choose to pop on the back to give it dimension. So I literally take one big piece. For me, it's just speed, and especially with like demoing for TV, it makes my life a little bit easier. So bring that up a little bit, pop this off the back. I've got that like so. Pop it in the middle. Peel this off the back. Sorry, I keep going out of focus. I'm trying to make sure I sew. I'm going to stand up actually and do this so I can get this right. Lay that over the top. See, already that paper, isn't it gorgeous? You just don't want to use it. But the interesting thing as well, these papers with these little flowers, your dies will cut the flowers out as well. So your dies are going to cut your papers out of your patterned paper, not just for the elements. Now the next thing we've got here, I love this. So we now have our centerpiece for our card. Now let's get the book back again, and I'll show you what I mean. So when we look at the papers, right at the beginning, oops. So one of these elements here, one of these, there's the one we're using, that one, that's just there. And also what I was saying about the papers you can cut the flowers out of. Hang on, where are they? Here. So these flowers you can cut out. So use your dies to cut those out as well. Pop the book back down. So I've already popped some 3D foam tape on the back because I want to layer this up. And I've got to decide what I want to show and how I want to lay this out. So I think I'm going to lay it, I want to kind of cover more of the plane up. Or do I? Right. Don't let me faff too much. Oh, see, every bit of this paper is lovely. Oh, I'm going to have to cover some up. I don't like covering it up. But we're going to have to. Hi, Alwyn. Just seen you join. So, now we've got that. As I was talking earlier about all the elements, I've already gone ahead and done this. So I've die cut using my little die. Oops. Look, the flower. How beautiful is that? Cuts that beautifully. You get all the stitching on there. I've cut the blue one out. Look, and that one. Okay, so you got 3 there. Super cool, super cool. So now what we can do is we can layer our flowers up, look, over the top here as well. So let's take that little bit of foam off the back. I took my nails off and now I've got no nails and I can't do a lot. Angel policy, I think you might have to speak to Practical Publishing about that, obviously, because they were part of the arrangement. You can sell your projects you make by all means. I'm not sure what the policy is on copying the papers though, if I'm totally honest with you. So I wouldn't like to say so, but I'm sure Practical Publishing or CraftStash might be able to help with that. I think, do you know what? I have actually had a lot of requests about these papers because I think they are so super pretty. People just don't want to use them. And do you remember me saying at the beginning, some people have bought 2. Can you see why they've bought 2? It's because the papers are stunning. Let's get the last one. Sorry, I couldn't help, Simone. I just don't want to say something and then get it wrong. Which is the sort of story of my life, really. And actually, look at that one. I'm going to take a second foam pad because I have got some smaller ones here. Let me just put my hand over there. These are just my Sticks 2 ones. It doesn't matter what brand you use, but I just find Sticks 2 for me are particularly sticky, and I've got a really good relationship with them. And they've always, they've never let me down. Never let me down. So I think that's why. I think we've all got our favourite brands, haven't we? So there we go. So I think straight away, hi, how do I pronounce that? Is that Delon? Delon? Hello from Canada. Thank you for joining us. So now we've got the 3D look. Okay. And what we're going to do now, let's start bringing in our elements because we've got a couple more elements to go on. Because we've got our sentiment here as well, and I've already stuck the tape on the back of this one as well. Do you know what? Lots of people, Carol, have been, that's why I was saying they've been buying the second one because the papers are so nice that actually sometimes it's quite nice to have 2 of the dies if you want to run them through. It just makes life quicker as well. So look at that, straight away we're going to pop that right in the middle there. Let's get some glue on here. Look, see, I told you it would come together quickly, didn't I? It's 7:30 already. Do you know what I was saying to Lou? Oh, 45 minutes, this would be a breeze. I should know better, really, from TV, knowing how the time just runs away from you. And it really does. And also when you're enjoying what you're doing. So that's, pop the glue down like that. And now when we lift this up, I've got to decide where I want my little stopper. So I think if I pop it around there, so now that's going to hold that perfectly there. So let's have a look roughly where I've got it. I'm going to put my tweezers there so I can see where I'm going. Let's take the tape off the back of these again. My Prudence, my little pussycat, he's in here with me. She's come and sat on the floor next to me. He's having a little nap. She loves sitting here with me. Who else has got crafty cats? I bet some of you have. Prudence is a bit of a naughty cat, but she's been good lately. Or anybody got crafty animals? Some that help you or think they're helping. Okay, pop that down. So look at that, friends with flowers, I'd pick you. So now you could take, now let me do this actually. See, I'm going off piece again. Can't help myself. So the tiny little gems here, you can pop. Oh, I've used a lot of the little ones. Look, tiny little ones. See that there? You could pop the tiny little ones in the middle there. And the tiny little pink ones. Look cool. Two crafty dogs. Are the crafty in the which sense of the word though? Crafty. That's what I want to know. Whoops. I'm going to drop that now, aren't I? So I'm actually. Oh no. Do you know what? I'm going to make a mess of that if I do that, and I'll be fiddling. See what I mean? I've just pinged it across the desk. Lisa, do that when you're not under time constraints. We'll leave that one, shall we? So now, what we're going to do next is we are going to glue only up to that line, okay? This half needs to be glued, not that, because otherwise it won't become an easel anymore. So let's decide what's the best look. Ooh, I think I like that. Hang on. And also, do you know what I really like about these circles? So what you can do, you could either leave it like that, or so they line up with the scallop. But I quite like them offset as well. So when you twist it, and it gives you almost like a double. Do you see what I mean? Gives you a double scallop as well. I like that too. But no, let's just glue. Let's just glue and do what we're supposed to be doing. Can't believe that pinged across the desk. Well, I can, but there we go. A little bit of glue. There's not actually a lot of glue on there. I'll do it really, really lightly. Now, I found if you put them on the inside, you can't post. A little bit damaged. Yeah, I agree. Hang on a second. Let me just line this up. What did I do? Which way am I going? Yeah, I like it like that, I think. So lay that down over the top of our semicircle. Okay. Press that down. Obviously, I'm going to have to press a little bit firmly because I've got foam tape underneath of here. And then now that will sit like so. So what I would have done, let's just push it like that so you can see. What I would have done is popped 1, 2, 3 of the little embellishments across the middle there, and popped a couple in there, and maybe like I've got my Wink of Stella pen, you know, with all some of these glittery pens. What you could do if you want to, just pop a little bit of glitter. I know Crafter's Companion do one as well, and I think Stamps by Me do one as well. So there's a few out there that you can get a hold of, but I just like a little tiny bit of sparkle. So on the petals here, this is just a clear sparkle. So I don't know if you'll pick it up even, but there's a little bit of sparkle on that when they dry. So there you go. So that's your first little card. Okay, your little easel card. So it just shows you how easy these little easels are to do. So that's number one. So should we do number two? I think we can fit in a number two, can't we? Another card. Yes, I think we can. Okay, so let's just clean this up a little bit. This next card is so far off of what we've done, it's untrue. So let us take a piece of, oh, this is actually a A6 card. It's just a small card. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take some masking, low tack masking tape, and I have to stand up for this as well also because it's dark and I get in a shadow. And with low tack masking, I'm so sorry for the shadows, but it's night time. I find this upstairs when I craft as well. So straight down the middle, straight onto that seam, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to put more masking across here. Now I reuse my masking tape as well, so I don't stress about how much I'm using. And I'm going to pop that straight to the edge there. I'm going to cover that area. So now we've got to decide how far up we want to put the next piece. It will all become clear in a minute. So I'm going to go like so. There we go. So let's grab some inks. So we now have this open area here. So let's grab our stamps and 3 inks. For this occasion for speed, I'm using Crafter's Companion Harmony inks. And I've got some blending brushes here. So I'm going to use my blending brushes. So let's start with the lightest colour. And then we're going to colour in that area we've just been talking about. Okay, just randomly. Okay, very quickly, because I know time is of the essence here. And then we're going to pick out, let's move that up there, you don't need to see that, it's just my inks I've put to one side. And then we're going to use the pink. I'm going to wipe off a little bit because this is a heavy pink. Straight over here. Again, these are my go-to colours. People who know me know exactly what colour palette I would have chosen. This is just very, very me. And then we're going to bring in a blue, which is the brush I use, doesn't really matter. I'll bring in the blue. So already that looks pretty. Dab some off. Pop over here. And then that's going to turn my yellow a little bit green and turn my pink a little bit purple. So we're now going to get some different looks. Okay, bring that up, pop a little colour down like so. So, all done. That's our ink. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to take one of our background stamps and our black ink, but we've got to remember that as I'm using a VersaFine Claire, we need to be really careful about when we stamp close to the edge, because it makes the this will shift a little bit. So what I'm going to do is, I was going to use this little one, but there's one in the magazine with this little stamp, so I thought let's put some leaves in it instead. Let's use the leaves, because I really like the leaves. We haven't seen much of the leaves. So I'm going to pop this on my block, and normally I would take my stamp to my ink. You can do it however you see fit, what works for you. And I'm going to go off the edge here, so straight over that piece that we've covered. Can you see what I mean, where the ink stays really, really wet? So just be very careful. Okay, shift that. See, I love this leaf. So you can shape your leaves, but I quite like them all going in that direction. Oh look, I've missed that. Sorry, I'm gonna have to stand up and put my head over. Hang on a minute. Oh, let's see if I can do that. If I can't, doesn't matter. Yeah, that's not so bad. Look at that. Let's pop another one in, like so. Up here. There we go. Keep going. Obviously, you can take a lot more time than I am. And then up here. I'm just trying to be careful because I don't want to smudge anything. but I'm aware of time at the same time. So rather than that one, like, let's pop that like that, and then one there. There we go. I think, let me see, pop a little one in there, and I'm going to try, oh no, should I chance it? Let's chance it. There you go. Yes, perfect. So let's get rid of that stamp. Sorry, I'm just going to wipe it off there. Pop it back onto the block. Move this out of the way. So already, I think you might be able to see what's going to happen. So now, when we lift off, let's do this delicately, because VersaFine is an oil base, and what you're going to find is going to happen, it's going to stay wet a long time. So to peel off down to here, oh actually we might peel that one first because it's over the top. Bring that across, look at that. Cool, cool. I love doing these cards. I absolutely love it because they give such a wow. And it's one of them that people go, how on earth did she get those straight lines? How did she do that? And now we can bring this down. So look at that. So our card, so we've got a lovely piece across the bottom. This is very much a Lisa style card. This is very Cass, clean and simple. It's just the way I work, and it's what I love to do. So now let me just, oh look at that, Lisa. Look at the, I've got, pretend you didn't see that. Pretend you just saw that beauty, okay? So let's pretend you didn't see that dirty bit. I'm always doing that, so that's what I'm saying. You need to be really careful. So bring in some of our pieces. So these are pieces I've cut out of the box kit. So here's the stamps, and then I die cut them. If you can see that, how gorgeous they look. So I've done a couple in different colours. Right, sorry, put that on my hands. And then I've done the flowers as well. And I've done those in a pink, pinky orange. So they look lovely as is. Okay, so you can use those, or that's what I did in the magazine. But the other thing we can do, so let's push these up a little bit and bring the card, oh look, they've gone underneath now, look. Oh. That's me talking under my breath. See, look, now we've also got a plant pot. If you wanted to, I'm not going to, but you can use your plant pot, and you've got your little elements now that will sit like so in your pot, and then you'd have your sentiment. You've got loads of choices. You've got, you know, you could put something out there if you wanted to. I like a lot of white space, so I'm quite a simple crafter, as I told you before. So I will use a stamp again that just shows you the smaller stamps as well. Peel that off gently, and I'm going to use, I'm not going to use the stamping press. I don't think I need to for this. I think this will be absolutely fine. So just a little bit of ink on there. I can push those away for a minute. So we'll take our VersaFine Claire again. You can do it in the matching pink or another colour if you want to, but you can see how beautifully these stamp. I'm going to pop that. I can see there's not enough ink on that end. There we go, you can see that now. So I'm going to pop that straight down there because that's how, I like them a little bit quirky. Make sure I've got it all. There you go, happy birthday. It's cool, isn't it? And actually you would, do you know, me being me, I would be likely to send that as a card as it is. But if you don't want to, I've die cut some of the flowers in different colours. So if you wanted to, you could pop a few flowers on. I can't pick them up because I've got no nails. You could pop a few down like so if you wanted to, and pop your little embellishments in the middle, or you could take those away, or you could put one of the little sets like that, which I think I prefer personally, or we have the smaller one, which is the yellow and the green, which could sit just like so here. I think that's where we're going to go. I prefer that one. And then I've got one of the flowers as well under here. I really need to sort my nails out. Then a flower over the top if I wanted to mix and match, but I think quite honestly that would be enough for me. So let's pop a little bit of foam pads on the back. A little bit of foam pads, that's not a sentence, is it? A few foam pads. Pop those like that. Don't forget to use your code LH20 if you are shopping for some of these bits. Okay, so let's peel that off. Look, my desk is a mess now. All my good intentions out the window. Let's just jumble them all up together so you're not too distracted from everything. Let's pop that die over the top so it looks a little bit tidier. Okay, and we'll turn that around and we'll pop that just like so. And I am going to go for it. I'm going to go for those embellishments, and I'm going to go for a pink to match with. Let's open that out again. A pink. No, what we're going to do is we're going to go green, green. Hang on. Sorry, please bear with me while I do this. I wasn't going to do it. Green, and then you want a little tiny one. Oh, I can't do those little ones. Just, Lisa, give up on the little ones. It's just not worth it. Not live. And then we'll put the green. It's because they're sticky on the back. Over the middle. There we go. It's just because I'm too fussy. Turn that one back over. So we've got now, that all ties together in my opinion. So if we look, let's fold that over. Pop that up just like that. For me, that is a really cute, cool card, isn't it? And I think anybody would be pleased to receive that. It's cool. So that's it, ladies and gents. That is our box kit. So let's have a very quick review of what you're going to get. Very quick review. So you're going to get your box kit when you get home. Box kit. And your magazine. And all your bits. So go and spend your money using your code at CraftStash, LH20. And thank you very, very much for watching, and hopefully I will catch up with you very soon. Thanks guys, and enjoy your boxes. Thank you, bye.